Hey, Instagram friends. I'm just doing a quick check-in, really. Today I want to talk to you about freedom. The importance of having freedom in our soul. The importance of having the freedom to be ourselves completely, to be unafraid, to live in honesty, is to live in freedom, dude. It's so easy to, in this life, wear masks. I am not here to demonize wearing masks. I mean, it's like code switching. You know what I'm saying? Like you can, when you're with a friend, you can speak casually. When you're at work, definitely you cannot be that casual, especially not all the time, right? Let's say you're in a business meeting. No, you code switch. Now your professional self is coming forward. And so I'm not saying that masks generally are bad, but what I'm talking about here specifically is wearing masks with the purposes of hiding who we really are, right? And so me, for example, I can be in a business meeting and have my language be professional, but I'd still be myself, right? And so I'm not saying that because I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. I'm not trying to shame anybody. Dude, it's a lot of work, okay, to get to a place where you can just be yourself, no matter the circumstance. And it is very freeing. It's very freeing because essentially, when we are putting masks on, what we're really doing is we're filtering, right? We're very carefully paying attention to our surroundings, our circumstance, the people that are near us, right? The people that we're interacting with. And we're going, what does this person want to hear from me? Maybe more importantly, what do they not want to hear from me, right? And so I need to do what I need to do to blend in. Because the thought of getting any sort of negative pushback can feel overwhelming, or at least that's been my experience. And I think for me, it's like an ADHD thing, but maybe my neurotypical friends also have this experience. I'm guessing so, okay? But the point is that, we become so sensitive to displeasing other people that we put on these performances. The interesting thing is that a lot of times people are displeased and it has nothing to do with us. Like they may be having a horrible time in their life. And so the way they're going to respond to anything is going to be filtered through that lens, right? That difficulty, the unhappiness, the misery, the pain, the sorrow, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But we look at a person's reaction, their facial cues, their body language, and we go, oh shit, I stepped in it. Like I said something wrong again. What was that? How can I correct? And then we can walk away from things like that, from interactions like that, and feel like our value is diminished in some way. We feel bad about ourselves, and we go, why am I not good enough? The thing is, there's no way we can please everybody, and also, it's not within our gift. It's not within our power. People are having their own lives that they're experiencing, and it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with us. And so, but to live in that kind of prison, dude, personally, I find exhausting. I don't know if it's my age. Maybe like I had done it long enough. Luckily for me, okay, I am in a very lucky position in that a few years ago, I was tested and I figured out, oh, I have ADHD. Okay. And so I remember a very good friend of mine who's also neurodivergent, and she figured out later in life too. She was like, are you angry? Are you upset that you're just now finding out that you have ADHD? And I was like, no. I just feel gratitude, okay? I'm glad to know, dude. And it's so interesting because when I figured it out and I read up on it, I was able to look back at my life and reframe it in a way that was important to me. It was significant. I was like, oh my God, okay, this makes sense, okay? This now makes sense. And so I was able to understand myself more clearly. And when I came to know this concept of masking, I was like, oh my gosh, that is why this life feels so oppressive to me. And there are many reasons why life feels oppressive, okay? But I felt that way. I felt like I was like forever tap dancing and never getting it right. Not really. Not 100% of the time and not for 100% of the people. And that perfectionist side of me was like in pain over that, okay? And since then, I made conscious decisions to not put on masks. And as a result, I live more freely than I had previously done. I know, like very recently, I had a conversation with a very good friend, and they were saying, Erica, here's your problem, is that you're living in truths, but what you need to live in is in half-truths. This was like horrifying to me. This is a person who's trying to impart wisdom. Like, this is a person who's speaking their truth. Okay, so this is not me like denigrating their experience. Life has taught them that this is the way that they need to function in the world. But my truth is I cannot exist in half-truths, dude. It almost feels like a curse, right? In a world that loves to deceive, dude. In a world that loves to pretend. I can't do that. I have to live in whole truths. How do I feel about that? What do I think? Like, do I wish that I could do the whole half-truth thing? No, I am who I am, dude. And I know that I don't exactly fit in. Do I need to believe that there are people existing in the world that are like me? I do. I have to believe it, okay? Because otherwise something in me just sort of goes, oh, what the fuck? What is this place? And I do. I feel like Earth is this supremely weird place, dude. Do I feel myself as like a person that fits in? No. I know I'm strange, okay? But to me, that strangeness makes sense. So it's not anything that I'm ashamed by. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I know that thing that is strange is something that I value. It's good. And so I've come to accept it. It just is what it is. But there is such, I'm not going to lie, dude, both pain and joy in just having freedom, in being honestly who you actually are. And it takes a minute. It takes a minute, dude, when you first really commit to this idea of, I'm just going to live honestly. Even if it comes off as strange to other people, and it does. Initially it does, because they go, oh, I don't know this side of you. The person that I've known my entire life, all of a sudden is a little bit different. It's a little bit altered. I can't quite put my finger on it. And I remember when I first stopped masking, this was a few years ago, saying to my friends, I know that you're not used to me communicating in this way, but it's my actual truth. Turns out I have ADHD. I explain what ADHD is, explain what masking is, and explain I'm not going to do that anymore. And initially, they all would sort of pause while we were having conversations, and I'd go, oh, it's me not masking. and it's them recognizing that I'm not masking. But after a while, everybody just got used to me being my 100% honest self. And so now I feel really free. Like, people make, like, let's say I come across a person who does not know me. I do not know them. And I have a moment of deep honesty with them. They may have a reaction, and I just go, no, for whatever reason, I needed to have this interaction with this person, and this moment of honesty needed to happen. That's fine. I'm just going to go on in my merry way. I'm not going to sit and feel bad at their discomfort or it's a perception that they were uncomfortable, right? I don't really know. And it could be. Either way, what are you going to do? It's life, and we're not all the same. We're all different. And I'm okay being who I actually am. Anyway, way too much information, but I hope it's helpful, dude. Anyway, I believe it's Friday. Happy Friday, folks, and I'll see you next time.